RFC India, the Indian chapter of the Rainforest Challenge of Malaysia, entered its second year in 2015 with the promise of being bigger, badder and tougher.
So RFC India happened last year in Goa, and it was a big success. We ended up winning 3 national awards, a lot of recognition, a lot of appreciation from all off-roaders, the whole off-roading community. And so it pretty much became apparent that there's going to be a second edition for sure. And we are back here today for season 2, which is supposed to be bigger, badder and tougher.
RFC India indeed, I think, is a very, very good organization. Our Cougar Motorsport and Ashish has done an excellent job. This Indian chapter is turning to be a very fast-growing, upgrading and fast-growing event. In fact, in 2 years, I think in second edition is already here. It's already an achievement. RFC India has achieved a very tremendous growth. In fact, more than some other countries I've seen. And I think this is growing very well, and it's going to be one of the top global events that we have so far.
Last year, the awards won by the Four-Skirker RFC. You don't go to win awards, and Ashish and his crew, Cougar Motorsport, really put together an event with the Four-Skirker RFC India for their first one. Unbelievable.
So we are learning. This is a learning process. The first year gave us some experience. This year will give us more experience. So it depends, what is coming our way. Accordingly, we will tweak our vehicles, develop our vehicles. So there's no end to it. I guess there are a lot. You can take it to an extreme, but we have to see what the terrain and what the requirements are, and then create our vehicles accordingly.
When we launched the event in February 2014, even frankly speaking, even I was not really impressed with the preparation of most of the cars. But from February till August, over the period of these couple of months, 4-5 months, questions came in, photographs, WhatsApp, thanks to all the new infrastructure, things really improved. And when I came here for scrutiny, I was thoroughly impressed. The preparation was world class. So this year we have got 23 entries, and we have introduced a new category called the ATV, in which we have basically 3 Polarises though. The cars are again impeccable, very well prepared.
Better prepared men and machines, tougher and more special stages, an unforgiving monsoon, as well as the introduction of many new elements including the UTV category. The team trophy and the media challenge added up to deliver on that promise.
The cars this time are much better prepared than they were last time. You see a lot more technicality into cars, you see a lot more brain and money put into cars, and things which are actually required. The gimmicks are out, the mechanicals which are required are in.
Participating teams competed over 7 days in Goa across 26 special stages in the Prologue, Predator, Terminator legs and in the Twilight zone.
2014 was the first time it ever came to India, brought by Cougar Motorsport. It was hats off to them, bringing such an international event to India. And it was every off-roader in India, it was a dream to participate, and I came overall third. And then we got the chance to go to Malaysia, the mother event for the RFC, and me was the driver, Gurmeet was the co-driver, and when we went there, it was total out of the world. The off-roading stuff was awesome, unbelievable.
The first 6 prologue stages of Season 2 of RFC India were flagged off on July 25th at the prominent and highly visible IT habitat in Donapaula.
Last year, the first day stages were not that difficult, but this year it's more difficult on the first day itself.
Where a large piece of barren land had been turned into a perilous playground for the mean machines to play on. As the competition started, returning participants from 2014 were pleasantly surprised to see significantly tougher stages right from the very start.
Gotten crazier over the years. It's very competitive now. The younger lot is amazing. These guys are doing a great job, and trying to keep up with them with a lot of money spent. The suspension's been built by us. The springs have been built by us. So most of it at home. So yeah, it's great fun. It's a great event. We couldn't have thought of this sitting in Delhi, that they can create something like this. Friends of mine who were here last year used to try and explain what it was, but then you had to come here to experience it.
While the defending champions, the Malaysian teams driving the Force Gurkhas, were the favourites, Gurmeet Virdi and Kirpal Tung of Garari Offroaders surprised everybody by topping the points tally at the end of day 1. Followed by Kabir Varaich and Yuvraj Divana of the same team. T. Lakshmikant and Abhinav Reddy from the Charminar Off-Road Adventure Club held the 5th position.
And I participated last year in RFC year, and I've seen the changes what to be made for the next year coming RFC stages. And so after that, me and Vivek sir, we just went through all the things, what and all the changes to be done for the vehicle, and we did all the required things in the vehicle, and we came here to participate the season 2 Rainforest Challenge India. So we'll see.
I never carry the 5 kg weight in my house, in my life, okay. And yesterday, the wooden lock section, put a heavy weight. It is really tough for me.
We've just finished day 1 of 2015. It's definitely tougher than last year. They've been testing us in a way that I think they're just looking for ways for people to be eliminated on right from the first day itself.
The next 6 stages of the prologue leg, held on day 2, came with new challenges, completely different from the first day. There were deeper pits to drive into and steeper climbs to make it out of.
But this year we went full on from day 1 at the prologue, and we used the IT park. This is the second time there, and to build 12 new SS was extremely hard. And you just had another event there, a major event in India, and I didn't want people, we were tougher than, we did it tougher than you guys are doing it now. So it was full on from day 1, and it was pretty hectic. But yesterday we had 6 stages on a great property, a lot of grass, a lot of water, rocky water, and those stages yesterday, if I had a property like that in Australia, I would have done exactly the same. A little bit wider for our bigger cars, but I wouldn't have changed the stages whatsoever.
Although the stages were getting tougher, there was fierce competition among the leaders that pushed Kabir Varaj and Yuvraj Divana of Garari Offroaders down by 2 places, behind the Malaysian team from Force Motors. While Gurmeet Virdi and Kirpal Tung from Garari Offroaders continued to hang on to their overall lead by a thin margin, Cedric Jordan De Silva and Floyd Preston from Goa moved up to the 5th position. The prologue leg also saw a great turnout of cheering spectators on both days, notwithstanding the incessant rain and slush.
लास्ट ईयर मैं यहाँ पर ऑफिशियल था, तभी मेरे अंदर ज़ील आई कि ये चीज़ मुझे करनी चाहिए, बिकॉज मैंने डेजर्ट सॉम रेडी हिमालय और यार सो मैंने रैलीज भी ऑलरेडी वन. तो मेरे वो था कि मुझे एक बार रेनफॉरेस्ट से टाइटल लेना है. देन विल अप्रोच टू पोलारिस टू पार्टिसिपेट हियर, एंड आई एम वेरी थैंकफुल टू पोलारिस कि उन्होंने मुझे चांस दिया पार्टिसिपेट के लिए. फर्स्ट डे वी हैव सम टेक्निकल इश्यूज विद आवर 4x4, बट आफ्टर दैट वी आर गोइंग वेरी वेल.
You see, all other events are running now ad hoc with a lot of detailing going in. I'm not saying that, but since it's not a very regulated event, in RFC 2014 and 15 a benchmark was created for running the operation, the procedures to be followed, how to score, what are the exact details, how your penalties are going to be deducted, There were no ad hoc thing. One marshal has given a penalty, the other guy says no, go ahead, So there was no ambiguity, crystal clear judging, and everybody was happy.
The Predator leg of Day 3 of RFC India saw a change in location and was held in the quiet mining town of Gypsy in South Goa. These 6 stages were longer and had tougher obstacles. SS 13 to 15 were mostly dry, with tight curves and steep slopes set in the quarries.
We can't do anything. He's the main role play in the game.
Car. As a driver, I'm just sitting in the car. I have nothing to do except for throttling, pushing and controlling the vehicle. Other thing, everything, spotting, navigating, pushing me in and out, everything. I mean, not physically. Winching me out, winching me where to winch, where to hook, where to anchor, where to place a handle. Everything is in the hands of a co-driver.
Marshals are here for that every competitor gets a fair chance at winning, and we ensure that every competitor follows the rules and regulations as stipulated by the organizer.
SS 16 to 18 required powering through streams and wet slopes. All the Predator stages demanded extreme precision and a methodical approach without any compromise on quickness. highly experienced Malaysian teams from Force Motors managed to reach the top of the leaderboard, with Kabir Varaj and Yuvraj Tivana of Garari Offroaders reclaiming their third position, followed by Gurmeet Firdi and Karpal Tung from the same team at fourth position, and Siddharth Santosh and Yanrengthrum Jamyo from Boda at the fifth position.
But I think the guys here, most of them, and I mean most of them, are ready for this element of competition. So, yeah, you know, they're ready. This is the worldwide stage. Don't say, well, would the Indian drivers do any good at Malaysia or Australia? Yes, they would. It's all a bit different, of course. They're great drivers, but horses for courses.
After a night of camping in the quarry, with service teams carrying out much-needed repairs to the competitors' vehicles, the convoy headed on day 4 to the location of the Terminator leg at Sangwe in South Goa for the next 6 stages before the Twilight Zone. Five of these stages were very technical and required careful navigation through trenches and pipes. Skills, physical endurance and mental strength. Almost everything was put to test as challenges in the stages propped up unannounced. The beautiful scenery of Goa only served to belie the remorseless demands of the track, and competitors were thrust into an unrelenting environment designed to test their mettle. Their minds and bodies were pushed to the breaking point and far beyond.
Off-roading is like my drug. I don't smoke, I don't do drugs. This is the only thing I do. So I'm enjoying it right now and very good.
We have gone on a different level of off-roading because of RFC and what we do back home in Bombay and everything. It's very basic and to a core which we thought we were doing very good. But RFC, trust me, it's on a different level, and your endurance, your service team, you're breaking your car almost every stages, and it's just wonderful. It's a wonderful experience.
Although the unforgiving stages were same for all competitors, they tamed them using their own unique strategies and innovative techniques. Some winched their way through, while others managed to find the traction to drive. Some used ladders, while some saved precious time by doing without them. And while most of them went in forward, a few figured that it would be easier in reverse.
So I wasn't here last year, but what I've seen, comparing to other countries in which I have been, like China, Vietnam, running the same event in Sri Lanka and other part of Asia, I really feel that India has done quite a progress, considering this is the second year. So if I were to compare India with other countries which I have been, so for the second year, is too much have been done.
At the end of the Terminator leg, the Malaysian teams from Force Motors and Kabir Varaj and Yuvraj Tiwana from Garari Offroaders continue to retain first, second and third positions respectively. Cedric Jordan De Silva and Floyd Preston from Goa drove brilliantly to move into fourth position, pushing Gurmeet Virdi and Kirpal Tung from Garari Offroaders down to fifth position. Competitors who finished their stages were left to rest on day 5.
today is the free day, right? So we are preparing our vehicles, every nut and bolt, everything would be checked. So rest is all up to the driver and the co-driver. But we'll 100% fit vehicles would be handed over tomorrow morning so that they perform their best.
We are proud to be participating in RFC last year as well as this year, and because this year the competition is even tougher, the stages are even tougher than some of the international RFCs, so we are proud to be part of RFC.
इस बार RFC ਅਸੀਂ ਚੰਡ ਕੇ ਜਾਵਾਂਗੇ.
Superb, the tracks are designed beautifully. It's unimaginable how the main guys have converted the first track overnight into a different scene altogether.
बाकी टीम्स के साथ बहुत अच्छा एक्सपीरियंस है जी. तो जितनी भी टीम्स है बहुत सारी की सारी है, मतलब एक कम्युनिटी, पूरी ऑफ रोडिंग कम्युनिटी जितने भी है बहुत सारे हेल्पफुल है. हम किसी के पास जाते हैं तो कुछ पूछते हैं तो वो 1 मिनट में हमारा काम करते हैं. वो आते हैं तो जो भी चाहिए होता है एक दूसरे को, चाहे वो स्टेजेस है उसके बारे में डिस्कस करते हैं, कारों के लिए डिस्कस करते हैं, किसी में कोई चीज़ देखते हैं तो उससे पूछते हैं आपने कैसे करा, तो ऐसे ही वाइस वर्सा वो हमसे पूछते हैं. तो बहुत मज़ा आ रहा है, इन्जॉय है पूरा. बैठे हैं रात को, सारा थके आ रहे आते हैं तो गपशप लगाते हैं, बियर शेयर पीते हैं रात को, बड़ा अच्छा लगता है.
It wasn't a rest day for everyone though. The Media Challenge saw members of the media fraternity battle it out in Polaris Razor 800 UTVs. Each driver had to complete 2 stages which were adopted from the stages that the competitors had driven on. SS1 of the Media Challenge was a high-speed run through open ground with mud and slush. SS2 was more technical and involved slaloming around a line of coconut trees with hardly any traction thanks to deep slush that had formed around the trees.
It's not just you need to be good on the wheel, you need to have a good driver and good synchronization between driver
coordination,
and driver.
patience,
Coordination has to be A1.
survive in this kind of a nature, how to live it in with for 7 nights, 8 nights. It's just a game of survival. Survival in the sense your car should survive for 8 nights. You yourself have to survive for 8 nights. You have to be fit enough that you on the 8th day, that's at Twilight, you are fit enough that you can run around in the jungle and really find your way out.
Well, last time we couldn't finish the Twilight because after reaching to the point, there was, none of us could do it. 12 vehicles, none of them could do it because there was 45-degree angle winching and everything, and we didn't, nobody wanted to take the risk, so we had to come back. So anyway, we started at 5 in the morning and came back 3 or 4 in the evening. So this time we think, we can complete the stages. We're better equipped.
But we could have completed the Twilight, but the only problem there was no way to overtake them. And they were stopping, they were in the way. So this time the plan is simple. If they are ahead, moving, we are fine with it. Just completing is the target. And if they can't do it, and they say we will not give us the way, pull them down.
The most important thing, and this is what I find, and I had my little, it was on the video, my 2 bobs worth at Dot and before the Twilight Zone, even though that wasn't my job. They still haven't got that thing of the camaraderie here. There's too many groups fighting or playing, and we don't want to go first, they're this, they're that. Get over it, guys. It's a small community. Work together and it becomes so much easier.
The Twilight Zone was scheduled on day 6, and after last year's disappointing decision to turn around halfway, the teams were determined to finish it this time round. The competitors entered the Twilight Zone at 12 noon from Satari in Morlin and made their way through the dense forest over a 5-kilometer trail past various hurdles, including multiple water crossings. In the true spirit of the Rainforest Challenge, all teams started working together and helped each other to make sure that they got out safely. All the 16 vehicles that had entered, including 2 Polaris Razor UTVs, made it out safely by 9 p.m., an hour ahead of the deadline, keeping the results unchanged.
Awesome in capital letters.
Awesome. And it is the world's most toughest off-road competition. Completing it itself is a trophy.
It wasn't over though. 2 additional special stages were introduced this year for competitors who completed the Twilight zone. While one was a driving stage next to the campsite, the other was a non-driving stage with an innocuous task of changing the tire of a Force Gurkha. Contrary to everybody's expectations, these last 2 stages led to a change in the result, with Cedric Jordan De Silva and Floyd Preston from Goa losing their 4th position to Gurmeet Virdi and Kirpal Tung from Garari Offroaders.
These are some of India's most evolved off-roaders, and what they've seen here, we definitely made it bigger, better, tougher. They've done some incredible stuff. They've got a lot of expectations from the future years going forward, and I'm sure David and his team and all of us will definitely not let them down.
The Malaysian team from Force Motors won the 1st and 2nd position. The winning vehicle was driven by Malaysian Tan Eng Ju and navigator Tan Chun Hung, who claimed overall victory with 2,163 points. Fellow Malaysian team members Mervin Wee Shong and navigator Abdul Hamizan Hamid in the other Force Gurkha finished 2nd with 2,095 points. Kabir Varaich with his navigator Yuvraj Divana from Garari Offroaders finished 3rd with 1,941 points. Garari Offroaders also won the team trophy, beating the team from Force Motors by just 13 points.